الدنيا زي السكر.
Good afternoon. Welcome to a, how do I put this, a watershed moment. We'll be discussing Filth in Marrakesh. Now you're probably wondering what Filth in Marrakesh means. I have two guests here with me today. We've got Iqbal, also known as Alpha E, and he's got an alias now. I have to conceal his identity. He's called himself Mr. Truth, but he's here to expose himself and what men do in Marrakesh. So stay tuned. This one's going to be a blockbuster. Filth in Marrakesh. Before we do start, I want to thank my sponsor, main sponsor, Ahyan Estate. If you're a landlord or a tenant and you're looking for a property, or if you're a landlord and you want to give your property, Ahyan Estates, they're reliable and they'll do you a good deal. Also, Simplex Coaching. If you're going through any family trauma, any counselling, any parental guidance or coaching, reach out to Simplex Coaching. Right, without further ado, I'm going to start with, not you, the mystery man, Mr. Truth. Just also to the audience, we will skew his voice because he wants to stay completely anonymous in order to be comfortable and air all the exposure that he'll give. Mr. Truth, what made you come on?
To expose the truth.
You have to be a bit louder.
To expose the truth.
To expose the truth. And what was your motivations behind it?
Say it how it is.
Yeah, you have to be a bit louder though.
Say it how it is.
Okay, say it how it is, right? Iqbal, also known as Alpha E, Triple E. Quickly, what does Triple E stand for?
Yeah, so it stands for, so I've got a new YouTube channel. Triple E stands for Energy, Endurance, Excellence.
Do you want to quickly tell us what that means?
Briefly, so it's a new YouTube channel. It's dedicated for men perhaps under the age of 35. And it's for various issues that men go through in the West, such as mental health, relationships, health and fitness. So that's it.
Well,
really.
thanks for that. Wish you all the best. Now, Mr. Truth, let's start off with you, right? Tell me about your time in Marrakesh.
I've been to Marrakesh several times.
Several times. I'm not sure if you can you put the mic closer to your face because and speak as loudly as possible. Almost shout if you can, yeah? Because I'm not sure if the mask is muffling your voice. Right, say that again. So you've been to Marrakesh several times?
I've been to Marrakesh several times, yep. I've seen how it all is. How a group of boys, they will go married, single, kids, elderly gentlemen. And I see what they do over there.
And what do they do over there?
It's all about prostitution over there.
It's all about prostitution. There's a few things that you said there, right? And you've gone there yourself, so I'm presuming you went there for that as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you've been there several times. What does several mean? Twice a year?
3 times.
3 times a year or 3 times throughout your lifetime?
3 times throughout my lifetime.
Okay. And all of the times that you went there for prostitution?
No. It was a holiday. Friends. I went with family. At night time, when nobody's around, we tend to go out.
Right. And you mentioned married men, which is quite shocking. So you're saying married men from Britain. Are we talking about British Muslim men?
Of course.
Okay. Specify that. Elaborate on that for me, please.
I've gone to several clubs there in Marrakesh, right? 555, the Theatro. I've seen married men there that I've known from East London. Newly married man. I saw my ex's newly married man. She told me that he was very religious. And I see him exchanging numbers with a really, really pretty attractive girl. And I've been told afterwards that he booked an apartment to take her there. And this is not to play cards or anything like that. He took her to an apartment that is pretty common.
So I looked at the top prostitute destinations in the world. And Marrakesh or Morocco is not up there because it's not legal there. The places that are the top destination for prostitution, they include Thailand, Nepal, Germany, and all other countries, but they're not Muslim countries, so to speak. So Morocco is a Muslim country, and Marrakesh, I've been told, is dubbed as the Las Vegas of North Africa, perhaps. That may be an accurate. Do you think that's accurate? The Las Vegas of North Africa, or?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so you've just told me that there's married men that go there to cheat on their wives. Okay? Spare me the diatribe on, why men go there and they feel the need to cheat. But what's their appeal? Why is it that they choose Marrakesh as a destination as opposed to these top 10 non-Muslim countries where prostitution is legal and they have a certain hub for it as well?
Have you seen the women in this country?
Which country?
This country, any other country. Morocco has a lot of beautiful women.
Right.
Men from this country probably go there because women here are disgusting.
Women here are disgusting?
Absolutely.
How do you mean?
Looks-wise.
Say that again?
Looks-wise.
Looks-wise? What, all women are disgusting?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, why do you say that, though? I mean, how can all women be disgusting?
Not attractive at all. Morocco is seen as a tropical country. You would go there, you'd probably see women a bit more exotic, have a lot of curves, and it's aesthetically pleasing. Whereas in UK, nothing. You have to settle with elephants.
You have to settle with what, sorry?
Elephants.
Elephants?
Yeah.
No, I think that's very, very far-fetched. Not everyone is an elephant. Obviously, with all human beings come in different shapes and sizes. Why is it that you've got such a strong view on British women? Are you scorned? Did you get burned?
Absolutely not. I have gone through women like it's actually it's easy.
What, in the UK?
In the UK.
Right.
But in Morocco, there's an iPhone 16 compared to a Nokia in UK.
I'd have to disagree on that politely because
iPhone 16 there because you're the host and you're being diplomatic.
No, I'm not being diplomatic. I'm being objective here.
You're settled with what you see here. Have you been to Morocco?
I have, yes.
Are they better looking?
I think you can't just say, I can't say blanketly, I can't blanketly say.
Exactly.
No, not exactly. I'll actually answer, actually. I can't say blanketly that Moroccan girls, all of them are better looking than British, what are we talking about, South Asian girls?
Pretty much.
I disagree. I think, in my opinion, and I'll ask you a question again before I bring Iqbal in my opinion, there are good-looking girls everywhere in the world. But the standards, so if you're trying to court or date a good-looking girl in Britain, yeah, the standards are different, with all due respect to everyone else in the world. You can't woo them with 10, 20, 30 pounds. You have to put effort and thought into it. And that's going to bring me on to my next question. How much does a fling cost in Marrakesh? And walk me through that. Walk me through your experience.
Generally, from everyone I spoke to, right, women there are much cheaper than the first date. In the UK, you probably go out with someone, you probably meet them on a dating app, and you probably spend 70, 80 pounds on your first date. In Morocco, you could probably take them back home to your apartment for a lot cheaper.
How much cheaper?
We're looking at possibly 50 pounds, 60 pounds. Even the flights to Morocco is probably cheaper than a restaurant meal. So, why not?
It's very crass the way you sort of explained yourself that it costs more to take a girl on a date here, but they're two different things, right? If you're going on a date, it depends what your mindset is. If you're going on a date to sleep with someone here, and if you're comparing that, surely if you go on a date here, you're going on a date with someone that you want as a potential girlfriend or wife, as opposed to a one-night stand? You can't compare the two, can you?
Pretty much every guy are on dating apps to sleep with people. Sleep with girls. Yeah, girls know the game as well. You buy them one drink. You can open their legs really quick.
What, we're talking about Muslim girls here. They don't drink.
Do you think everyone is stupid?
I don't think everyone's...
Stupid. The percentage of people drinking.
All right.
Balloons, drugs. Drinking is such a norm now. Shh. You're very famous for off camera that Muslim people don't drink. Of course they drink. Everyone drinks now.
Thank you for that. I'm going to come back to you because there's so much that you've said. Iqbal, the reason I've brought you on today, you went to Marrakesh 2 weeks ago, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Talk me through your experience.
Yeah, so it was the first time I went to Morocco, Marrakesh to be precise. I went for about a week or so. I'll be honest. I did go out in the evening. Every evening I went out. Morocco has a culture where...
Marrakesh.
Sorry, Marrakesh specifically has a culture. I don't know other parts of Morocco that well, but it has a culture where everything kind of starts quite late. So even if you want to go for a meal, or if you want to go to a shisha lounge or something, if you try to go in at 9:30, 10 in the evening, no one's even there yet. So
That's when you talk to your wife and you say you're going to sleep.
Right, carry on.
yeah, it was nice. It was good. It was like 35 degrees every other day. It was a nice holiday. Yeah.
I didn't bring you on to tell me about your holiday. I brought you on to tell me about what you told me offline.
Okay, cool. All right. So yeah. I mean, it was quite peculiar to be honest. Actually, the first day I landed in Marrakesh, it was about 6:30 in the evening. I went to my apartment, and I left. Put my luggage away.
Speed it up, mate. Speed it up.
Luggage away, and so me and my mates we went for a meal to a restaurant, but it's just like one of these fancy restaurants where there's a shisha lounge attached to it. And I met a brother. He was about 42 years old in the space of 10 minutes.
Right.
He says, "Assalamu alaikum, brother."
Where's he from? Up north.
Up north. Assalamu alaikum, brother. How you doing, man? What's your name? I said, "Yeah, my name's Iqbal." Which part of Pakistan you from? I'm not even Pakistani.
Right.
First, second. He said, "Yeah, man. I've been coming here for like 12, 15 years. My wife's back home." I'm like, "Fine." And he's like, "Yeah, women are beautiful here, innit?" I'm like, they look nice." Then he's like, "Yeah, do you see them two girls over there?" I'm like, "Where?" Points over there. He goes, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna take them home later." And I was like, "Huh?"
How did this guy look? So he's in his 40s. How did he look?
Bear in mind, this is the first day I landed. I put my luggage away. He was quite tall. His beard was up to his chest.
Right. I'm presuming he's Pakistani.
Yes. He's Pakistani. His beard was up to his chest. The first minute or two of the conversation, actually, I felt like he's going to give me a dawah or something. He said, "Assalamu alaikum."
So he started with salam to then invite you to...
He said, "Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh."
So he said the whole thing.
I thought I'm going to get lectured, man. But honestly speaking, I went for a meal, chill out. Obviously, I'm with two of my boys. When I have a little shisha, maybe a Red Bull, and go home. That's what I thought was going to happen. And
What club did you end up going to?
that was... Now, that day I didn't go to a club. It was the first night. I was quite tired. You know when you're traveling.
Right. So talk me through this conversation with this brother with a long beard.
Yeah, so like I said, the first minute or two was... I thought he was going to give me a lecture. He says he's married, he's got 2 children.
Back in the UK?
Back in the UK.
Where, up north or?
Up north. I can't remember what he said. It wasn't... I don't know what... It was up north. It was up north. It was a town up north. He said he got 2 children. One of his child is starting year 7. So I think, 11, 12 years old. Then all of a sudden, he pointed at the 2 women saying, "What do you think of them?" I'm like, obviously, I'm on holiday. Yeah, and they're obviously, I'm never going to say they're bad looking. Even if whether they're good looking or bad looking, I'm on holiday. I'm calm, I'm loose, I'm easy. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving stress behind in the UK.
Yeah.
And I just said to him, "Yeah, they're nice. Yeah, I'm take them back home, man." He's like, "Yeah, let me know let me know if you need anything." And
when he said, "Let me know if you need anything," is he trying to be an automatic pimp here? Just trying to get you girls, or?
I said, "What do you mean by that?" He goes, women, hash, anything you want, no problem. And I was like, I was totally perplexed. I was like, whoa. I was floaty. I'm on holiday. I'm floaty. I got a haircut. You know what I'm saying? Got a bit.
So you didn't get excited?
I didn't get excited because do you know what? It's the first day. I would like I said, I was perplexed. Look, I don't know how. Look, I didn't know how to. Well, you're probably not comprehending it, but the whole conversation was Balamori dialogue, to be honest.
So you're telling me, all right, so this guy said what he said to you, right? Yeah. You're telling me you went to Marrakesh.
I'm still jet lagged.
No,
right. Yeah, go on. Sorry, go on.
Forget your jet lag.
All right, okay.
You went
To Marrakesh.
Sorry, say that again?
You went there for hiking.
He went for hiking.
Marrakech.
Right. We'll come back to hiking and Atlas Mountain, right? That's the excuse that's used.
Atlas Mountain.
So you went to Marrakesh with 2 or 3 of your mates.
Yeah.
Completely naive and innocent that doesn't happen in Marrakesh. So you're telling me the way you described, I had that conversation with this brother from up north, right? Yeah. It's as if this is news to you.
No, sorry. It isn't news to me. It definitely isn't news to me. But the severity of it, for it to instantly hit me like straight away as I landed. Bear in mind, I literally put my luggage away, took a dump, sprayed some Armani code on, and I took a cab and went to the sort of restaurant or shisha lounge, and it happened in the space of 45 minutes. So I was like baffed. So look, I know men personally, single, married for 6 months, married for 16 years, that go there and indulge in women.
Yeah.
And obviously there's a religious standpoint and there's what you're gonna do about it sort of thing. Religious standpoint, one moment. The religious standpoint, obviously, if you're married, even if you're single, zina, right?
Yeah. But
then again, I'm not trying to be funny. Morocco, I do find Moroccan women beautiful. And I would say the average, every other girl in Morocco is really, really pretty. Every other girl. I'll say.
In comparison to who?
I have a question.
All right, go on.
Did you book a hotel or an apartment?
I'll be honest, my mate was dealing with the booking. He booked the apartment.
Okay.
Shall I? Go on.
You asked the question, what if...
Bill tells you can't bring women in.
Right.
Apartments, you can't.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so, my mate, he's been in Morocco 9 times. And
So he probably filled you in?
He filled me in. To be honest, I know the score because people have told me stories, or anecdotes, for the last 6-7 years. Some of the Pakistani brothers there, when I met them, there were so many. I think I only met one Bengali guy.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, it was mid-September, isn't it? So maybe.
Us Pakistanis love Morocco.
Sorry, say that again?
Us Pakistani guys love Morocco.
There was, and some of the Pakistani guys were our age, right? And some of them, we've been here like 15 times. 15 times. And they're like, you Bengali brothers are new to it. I'm like, yeah, man. Obviously, I'm
New to what?
New to like, Morocco, because I'll be honest. Let me tell you something. Say a normal man, whether it's 20, 30, 40 years old.
Sure.
Naturally, I don't know if it's for the visa or if they think Asian men are attractive. You go for a walk, the women look at you in awe. You know how Angelina Jolie, she'll walk past, we might look, right? We're like, whoa. They do that to you. Imagine in the UK, the average man doesn't even get that. That probably never happened to me in his life. And on top of that, the girls the girls that look at you are quite beautiful. So if you haven't got experience of that, obviously you're gonna be baffled but extremely excited.
So do you agree with Mr. Truth's statement here that women over there are far more attractive to women here? I disagree with that, by the way.
Just tell the truth.
I'll tell the truth. Do you know what? Yes and no. Because how can every Moroccan woman be more attracted than every Pakistani?
Generally speaking.
Or Indian or Bengali.
Yeah, generally
woman?
speaking.
Generally, they have an edge. They're eating more unprocessed food. They're intaking more vitamin D. And bear in mind, Morocco.
We don't look like elephants.
Say what?
We don't look like elephants.
Carry on.
Yeah, so, but I'll be honest, man. Look, bear in mind, Morocco's been conquered many times by the Portuguese, by the French.
Yeah.
Then obviously Arab, they mixed, they had children. So there's elements of the beauty, So it's not just art, you know what I'm saying? So
Just from your take and
Yeah.
from the tone that you've set,
Yeah.
I'm going to assume, but just for my audience, because my
Okay.
audience are thinking it, you didn't indulge in any naughtiness out there.
don't go, not to the extent our guest is talking about. But we met girls, we had a chat, we had a laugh. That's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Did any of dare I say, did any of your friends take any of them or use their services?
Yeah,
Oh, they did.
they did. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, Mr. Truth, what do you make of Iqbal's assessment?
Pretty accurate, I think. Iqbal seems very naive. Doesn't know how it works over there. Yeah. Was it your first holiday to Morocco?
It was my first holiday to Marrakesh. But saying that, I know many people that have gone to Morocco and told me the same thing that you're saying. So I kind of expected it. And I had. Look, I'll be honest. I had women. I went to McDonald's. I had women. Well, by looking at me, then twice they came and sat on my table and said, what are you doing later?
The prostitutes.
I know they are. I knew it. What are you doing later? Look, I'm not Tom Cruise. I'm not David Beckham. I'm not Jude Bellingham. So for them to come, pretty women to come and sit on my table, what's your name? What are you doing later? I like your shirt. I knew what's going on. There must be prostitutes. So, but I did. You got to experience it to understand the severity of the women there,
So
man.
I get the picture you've sort of painted out, and to a lot of my audience, this wouldn't be new, but to those that are perhaps naive or have only come across what happens in Marrakesh and Agadir by extension, if I may say, what makes me quite sad, actually, sad perhaps is not the word, more shocked, is that married men, and these are Muslim married men, right, regardless of their ethnicity, they tell their wives, or they're going on a lad's holiday to the Atlas Mountain or whatever it may be, right, to go and do this filth. And there's no point blaming some of the girls in Marrakesh for the services they offer, right? Essentially, if you're single, there's a different level of accountability you would have to if you were married.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's the quite shocking thing. And you just said people have been doing it for the last 10 or 15 years. And it's like, it's a thing. Mr. Truth.
If they're cheating in Morocco, then of course they're going to cheat here as well. I think cheating is very common now. I think nobody speaks about it anymore. Women have work boyfriends. Okay, men that flirt with them at work. Okay, women have social media where they are accessible to a lot of men. Okay,
Not all, I would say. Not all. I think most Muslim women do. They may have social media, but they're concealed, by the hijab, or it's a cake shop, a cake page, or whatever it is. It's not like unless they're very young.
of course, not all women. I'm talking about the majority of women.
Just talk me through the work. What did you say? The work
Work boyfriend.
girlfriend, rather.
Girlfriend.
I think times have changed where women, they need attention. And if the man isn't giving them attention, they get attention from other places. Social media, dating apps, the work boyfriend, then go on a night out. It's the same.
Right. What is it for the men then? Because these men are the ones that are married. I get the ones that are single; they'll do what they like. If they don't adhere to the Islamic principles, they can do what they like, right? As do many other people do.
Course.
But talk me through why these Muslim men go specific to Marrakesh and Agadir by extension and do what they do. And does it? Another question I have is there an age range, or until you're a pensioner?
I've seen men with grey hair, bald patch. I've seen kids that's 18, 19 years old. Myself, I'm 26. I've gone there 3 times. I've seen all ages.
Yeah,
Ages.
I agree with that. I've seen both sides of the spectrums. I've seen 18-year-olds mingling with women, and I've seen. I think the oldest gentleman I spoke to was 60.
60.
60.
Well, think about it.
It's like getting on it, man, getting on it. He was speak. I thought
And these are Muslim men.
these are Muslim men. I thought I'm immature. I thought that I'm a bad individual, but I felt like a saint there. Honestly speaking, like.
So, Mr. Truth.
Gone, yeah.
Think about it. Women have made it very, very difficult for men in this country. Hey, it's a vicious cycle.
What's the vicious cycle?
So women, they get lots of attention.
Right.
Hey, from guys through online channels, work, whatever.
Sorry, say that again. So, repeat that again. So, women.
It's a vicious cycle we live in right now. Hey, women are groomed at an early age where they go to places like shisha. Okay, they get lots of attention. They get used to the attention. And then they go on social platforms. They get attention there. So they're used to rejecting men. Okay.
How does that tie in back to men wanting to go Marrakesh?
So what tends to happen is men feel deflated. They feel low in confidence. So, what's easier, chasing someone or getting it on a plate in Morocco? What do you prefer? You go to Morocco, women will grab you. Upgraded women. Hey, not the trolls we see in the shisha places. Hey, these are upgraded women that have better hair, better body. Not only that, they welcome you.
So, are you saying, I get what you're saying, and I think my audience understand what you're saying, but are you saying the men that go there have a self-esteem issue because they don't get looked at here?
Of course, hey, women are easily accessible in Morocco. Hey, Marrakesh, wherever you want to go.
So these men are not getting any attention here?
It's called just a vicious cycle.
Do you know what? Can I quickly make a point?
Sure.
Saying that men ain't getting attention here, obviously, vastly because of the internet and social media. But I've seen guys that are extremely handsome. They look handsome to me. They have hair. They have good jobs, and they're struggling to get girls, whether it's a girlfriend or a wife. I'm like, bloody hell, this guy could be a suit model.
Yeah,
or something.
but maybe.
So if people like that are struggling,
Right.
that means.
So why are they?
It partially must be the women's fault.
So but you say
Well, listen,
it's quite.
Right, cool. If there's a guy that
women have lost their identity.
Hang on.
Hang on. Whoa.
I need to say this. Hang on. I'm not sure how we went back to blaming women here when
No,
it's men that are doing the cheating.
No, listen, I'm not blaming women, but I'll be honest. I know a lot of people,
Yeah.
and I've seen I've seen handsome men with good careers
Yeah.
marrying girls that look like Teletubbies, broccolis.
What do you mean? Okay, I know Teletubbies and broccoli. So why have you made that point? Handsome
So
men, Teletubbies.
So but I'm saying, look, if that's what handsome men, normal looking men, or not the conventional looking handsome men,
Yeah.
are sort of the options they have.
Yeah.
When they go on holiday once a year or so, and then they see good-looking women
Yeah.
pursuing them,
Yeah.
what do you expect them to do? Expect them to do, unless they're strong in their faith, right?
So what you're saying here again, and you're going by what the rhetoric is saying, is
Yeah.
that women in this country use broccoli and Teletubbies. They're not good looking, and women abroad, or specifically in Marrakesh. But one thing, and
not all women are.
okay,
not all
so
women.
this is the elephant in the room, right?
Okay.
This is the elephant in the room that both of you haven't acknowledged, right? So these men, whoever they are, that go and indulge in whatever they indulge in Marrakesh, right? They're not, these women are not looking at them because they're handsome or they've got a great personality or they're good men. They're looking at them because of the pound, British pound sterling. So
ultimately it's visa and poverty combination.
yeah. So what's that got to do with their looks and anything? You could be
No,
4'10" and
Yeah.
go there, and I get
You're right,
that you've
you're
got
right.
carnal
You could
desires.
be bad looking. You're gonna get it anyway.
Yeah,
in
you're gonna
Morocco.
get that.
It doesn't matter.
So the visa doesn't matter. So
Yeah,
back
cool.
to the point here where you're saying
Yeah.
that women are, not giving men attention and stuff like that.
We have been replaced. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, so men fall in love with what they see. Women fall in love with what they hear. Right.
Yep.
So in the last after the Olympics, perhaps social media start shooting up, right? So if you think about it, yeah, say for example, you remember attention is the woman's biggest currency, right? So say for example, a decent looking girl, yeah, you be at, okay, forget the streets and stuff, but at work or in Nero, you know, I don't go pret anymore, but in Nero, I say all of a sudden you say, hi, how's it going? You look nice. Can I ask you what your name is? So first, Boris Johnson is saying sexual harassment. Second, she's not used to that anymore. Third, even if she's single, you're okay looking, and you've had the confidence. It's extremely hard to approach a woman nowadays and say, hi, how's it going? Can I sit next to you? Start a conversation. She's already got, she's already got, you know, she's posted a picture yesterday perhaps, and she's already got 700 likes. Not all girls. So her attention is we've been replaced.
This is crazy. So
We've
you're
been
saying,
replaced. Look,
Iqbal, listen, this is crazy. I see the point you're making, but are you saying, I'm going to tie it back to, you're saying because
not all women,
but what you're saying here, and I'm going to make a strong correlation. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
That because these women are not giving these men attention, these men are going off to Marrakesh to increase their self-esteem and stop feeling sorry for themselves. That's what you're saying. But okay, that's fine. So what about the married men, Mr. Truth? What about the married men that do it?
6.
Well, that's a simple and short answer. Anything more?
But probably when they're married, sex becomes very boring. When you're going to Morocco, it's exciting. Something different.
Well, it's not exciting though, is it? Because you're paying for it.
You're paying for it, but you also pay for a date.
But you can't tie in paying for something and paying for a date. Paying for a date is a conventional thing to do. It's a normal thing to do. I could take you out and, you know, it's not a date, but I'm taking you to dinner, I'm paying for a meal. How can you wed the two together? Because not everyone is thinking, oh, but if I take this girl or guy out for a date, that I have to sleep with them by the end of the night. Not everyone's thought process is like that, unless you're on that wave. So it's not everyone, is it? It's your thought process. I'm sorry, you're still young, but
I think you're just saying it for the camera.
I'm not saying it for the camera. I'm talking.
You and me both know, right? Men go on these apps, right? They're looking for a cheek fling.
Not all men, surely.
I'll say
Women, are very fucking stupid.
That's quite offensive. You have to explain yourself here.
Because men can woo them and get in their pants.
Not all women.
Women.
Generally speaking, saying generally.
I still wouldn't agree, generally speaking. I think there's a... But yeah, go on.
Single mothers, right? Easy talk.
Yeah, but they're exploited, I think.
I'll do an episode on that.
They forgot their worth.
Now hold on. If a single mom was
31 years old with a...
Right, excuse me, 1 second. You come in. Let him finish.
Single mothers are looking for a quick husband. They forgot their worth. They are primary target on apps. Then you have...
Well, they've been exploited. It's not their fault that they're single mothers. Life has happened. Quickly, Iqbal, what do you want to say on that point?
Look, I don't think they're exploited. This exploited, it's been thrown about for the last 2-3 years. If a woman is 31, 32 years old, a single mother, generally speaking, her market value has dropped, right? So she is getting attention from a man. She's going to get care. She might get a date. She's going to get someone to watch a film with. So she's getting some of her needs met as well.
So they're second-class citizens, is that what you're saying?
Sorry?
They're second-class citizens
No,
because...
they're second-class citizens, but they're not exploited because they get something in return.
But you said they drop on the market, though. They drop value in the market.
Okay.
That's very offensive.
How is that offensive? Okay, are you...
Because if there's a Ferrari, say what against buying a Ferrari? Yeah. The moment you buy it, they depreciate. It's that marriage. Like at the moment they get married, and they have a divorce, they depreciate.
Well, that's subjective. Now, from a general perspective, a man can look at a woman and think whatever he thinks.
Yeah.
But for that individual, they may not have depreciated. Someone might value that woman.
But that's the individual. That's what modern society says. I got a degree. My mum's got a house in Gansu.
Okay, tie it back into why men. See, I don't want you running away from why men go to Marrakesh and cheat and do these filthy things and exploit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they're exploiting the girls there because it's a business transaction. But ultimately, the crux of the matter is this, and this is a watershed moment, like I said. They're Muslim men, from young to old, and they go there, whether they're lying to their wives or they're going on a lad's holiday to have a quick excuse, a fumble. Yeah. But why is it that these boys don't go to the general touristy attractions that promote that, like Thailand and Nepal? And why do they go to a Muslim country?
Briefly,
Yeah.
if you want to go to Ibiza, Mykonos, Barcelona,
Right.
then you have to have game. You have to be decent looking.
No, you don't. Hang on. Whoa. Relax. I'm talking about, so if you're talking about, not
European
Ibiza,
countries.
but if you're looking at Barcelona and Germany,
Yeah.
you Google this, by the way, everyone.
Compared to
If you're, no, so this is it, and this is the argument I was going to have with him.
comparing it,
No, I'm saying this. So,
Go on.
Morocco, yeah, the economy is broken, right? Okay, you can book an apartment for maybe £5 a day. Okay, you can buy food for £3 to £5, right? The flights to Morocco are pretty much cheaper than buying a steak in a fancy restaurant. Okay, why wouldn't you go if you go to Vegas?
because, you, obviously we're not,
So many people that are feeling a lot of will cost you pay at least £1,000. Okay? We're talking about groups of boys, young boys that maybe they don't have enough money. So it's cheap and cheerful. Morocco is the undercover cheap and cheerful holiday. Okay, it was Turkey before, but no. So
well summarised, I get that, but why is it that married men are doing it? It's quite disgusting.
married men, any men. Okay? But if they're looking at blaming men, women are also to blame as well.
What, for pushing their husbands to go and cheat?
Of course. Okay? And not only that, how naive are they? Okay?
You could say naive, but I don't think they're to blame. You have to,
I mean-
accountability starts with yourself, no?
Do you know what? All
How long can they go and trek on the Atlas Mountain for a week? Are you stupid? What else is there to do in Morocco? Okay? There's nothing there.
Well, the weather's good.
weather's good, halal food.
Yeah.
Fisher places populated with prostitutes.
So we did,
Prostitutes.
okay.
Nightclubs, prostitutes. Bowling alleys, prostitutes. Even the market, prostitutes.
That's mad.
Where are you gonna go in Marrakesh to do sightseeing?
Okay. I did an episode quite a while back, International Bride. I'm not sure if you've watched it. Have you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it,
Yeah,
yeah.
so the brother spoke about, he's genuine, he went to Morocco and he met someone and it didn't work out. It's unfortunate. He seemed genuine to me. So that's a different sector altogether. But I'm talking about guys, and we can do something on, men trying to, from here, British men, British Muslim men going over to Morocco to marry. Some of it's genuine, some of it's exploitation. They show their red or blue passport, and in return, they get a pretty
25-year-old.
25-year-old model. Thanks for pointing that out. Put that to your side, and maybe we'll do an episode on that. But we're talking about the guys that would purely go there for the debauchery. That's what I'm talking about here. So, what would your advice be to those guys? Essentially, the reason why I've done this episode is to prevent and expose, for exposure prevent. Do you think it is preventable? Because if a lot of more women and girls become much more aware of it, and by the way, I know a number of men that do go to Marrakesh and they don't do any of it. Iqbal's one of them, right? So, what would your advice be to those men? Because this, both of you went on the bandwagon to blame women, saying you're saying, Teletubby, broccoli, elephants, and
No,
I don't agree.
But listen. Let me get 10 seconds. Listen, I'm gonna say one fact. Yeah. There's evidence. So, if you go to NHS England in 1990, what is that? 34 years ago.
Right.
The average woman was 5'3", weighing 53.6 kg. Guess what 2023 is?
Tell me.
NHS England, you could Google it. Go on NHS. 68.2.
So from 63 kgs to 68.
No, 53.4 to
Wow.
68.2.
I told you elephants.
Now, look, I'm not saying all women are overweight, but come on, man. We that's a statistic. If any of your sort of any of your sort of people that subscribe and watch your videos could do their research. I didn't want to say that, but
Why did you do that research yourself?
because you know me. I mean, I like geography and statistics, innit?
Right.
These two things just.
And you specifically checked out women's weights.
I check everything. I check economy, the price of car insurance 20 years ago.
Okay, right.
Anyway, let's
Forget
go,
that.
let's back on
Okay, so you're saying, just a second, Mr. Truth. You're saying, so you.
Bruv, that's probably heavier than us.
Okay, well, yeah, anyway, I don't want to get into weight now. You're saying that, so you find women generally here unattractive. You went to Marrakesh. Why didn't you get married? Why didn't you get married in Morocco?
The reason I won't get married in Marrakesh specifically.
No, Morocco. Because people don't usually go, they go to other decent cities.
Yeah, look,
respectable
don't get me
cities.
wrong. I know a few people. Know a few people that married Moroccans. Some they failed. Some they're still married for 5-6 years.
Yeah,
I know
good-
two
good for
brothers.
them.
Actually, I know one brother that's been married to a Moroccan woman for 24 years. A Pakistani guy.
Really good.
Yeah, old work colleague. So the reason I won't do it is there's just what I've seen in Marrakesh has put me off. Although they're beautiful, it's put me off. It's just I'll worry how many men have they slept with. I'll worry about just something that I'll worry about. And secondly, I don't trust myself, man. I feel like they're gonna marry me for my passport, and it's just a visa.
So you're talking about in this country. So we're going to do about this country because I am of the nature that with every country in the world, or most countries,
Yes.
depending on preference, right?
Yep.
There's good looking and not so good looking, and that comes down to individual preference and subjectiveness.
100%,
right?
there's good looking
So
and
when
bad
you
looking
when you guys say, and I'll come back to Mr. Two quickly, you know that broccoli and Teletubby, and I'm using these words.
Elephant. He said elephant.
Yeah. So that's what's pushed men that can't take accountability for themselves to go and cheat and do zina. Yeah. And some of these men are married. To be fair, would it be an outcry to say most of the people that go there are married? Mr. Truth.
I think you're focusing too much on married men, okay, and cheating men, period. And like going to Morocco, okay, no sin, whatever you want to say, they go there for prostitutes. Simple. Nothing. White men, they go IB4.
Well, I don't think they go Ibiza, they go Thailand.
I think they go in Thailand nowadays.
Thailand, yeah.
I think
Those that do, yeah.
yeah. Cool. But
White group of boys, they go to IB4.
Not to do that Ibiza to party. So they're not. So if you're thinking of this is it's a business transaction. You go into an international country and then hitting it off romantically with another girl. It's completely different between you going and looking to pay someone to fulfill your needs, whatever it may be.
In Morocco, you meet the women in clubs, right? You go into the club. You basically pick one. It's like a shop. You go pick anyone you want, alright? You wave at them, they'll come over. You basically dance with them until the end of the night. This way, you don't need to pay the bouncer.
Okay.
You don't.
Do you buy them drinks as well?
Of course.
So they're not prostitutes, they're escorts.
But the drinks in Morocco, compared to England, are very, very cheap. So you then get a taxi. The taxi man, you have to pay them roughly £10. Then they drive you to the apartment, and the taxi man is like their security guard. And the women, they stay in the apartment until the whole night. So
What, till the morning?
in the morning.
to the morning. Okay. So it's the cheapest one night stand you'll ever give. And more importantly, they're better looking than the women in this country.
I'm going to throw a curveball at that. If you think they're better looking, that's your opinion, right? And again, like I said, I'm of the position that it varies depending on the girl itself. The cheapest one night stand, but I get the cheapest one night stand, but you know when you say better looking, right? I agree that a good looking girl in a second or third or developing country, that's the term to use, would be a lot easier to woo than an equivalent good looking girl in this country. Because your money doesn't go as far. Does that make sense? That lady that's in a second or third world country, bless them, they may be poverty-stricken, impoverished, so their hands are tied, and men in this country may take advantage. But in this country, a beautiful woman is of high demand, very high demand, and they'll look for other stuff, and it becomes genuine. Whereas the other relationships are disingenuous, why you get so many guys that bring women from abroad, and not all, sometimes, and they flex their money, and then they get stabbed in the back.
Third world country. How else are they going to survive? What would you have to offer their body? Okay, there is no job.
They don't have to. There are jobs. They don't, and I don't think
It's some.
it's not all women. It's some. It's not all women.
It's a wear a McDonald's for all your life.
Well, it's honourable, isn't it? And it's respectful.
They probably do the prostitution for 2-3 years and make enough money. Maybe just buy a house and retire. I mean, like in UK, they can't do that. Oh.
Quickly to the thanks. We're wrapping it up now. Quickly, if there was some sort of advice you give to men, in this country, and I want you to give advice to prevent them from going. Obviously, they're going to go with it. What would you say to them?
There's no advice to give to men. Men know why they're going there. The advice is for women. Do not let your husband, your partner, your boyfriend, your brother, your nephew go to Morocco. They're only going for one agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Truth. And Iqbal, quickly, final words from you.
Final words. You know what? There's one thing I would like to sort of go back to. You were saying, why do married men go there and indulge in women and, you know, have sex with prostitutes, right? Because you were saying that about 2 minutes ago, but I don't think we answered your question.
Sure.
Look, ultimately, unless men are dogs. Imagine a guy that's married for 10 years. He's had children with his wife. She's you know, put weight on. She might have scars, which is fine. It's not a problem. It's life. She's not as pretty as she used to be. All of a sudden, he's 49. He sees a beautiful woman coming to talk to him, chat to him. You know, quite happy to go back home with him. I'm not justifying it, but it is very, very hard for him to say no.
If he's there, obviously.
He's there, exactly. So that's sad, but men are ultimately dogs, and I wouldn't like your guest said, don't let your husbands or your boyfriends or your brothers go to Morocco.
Women are equally bad as well.
Quickly, why?
They bounce around in clubs, they drink. Everyone pretends nobody drinks in our religion. Of course they do.
No, they don't.
You're going to say that.
No, I'm not going to say that. No, don't drink.
There's a lot of women that drink. A lot of women have a work boyfriend. A lot of women put makeup, put fillers. Why do they do that? Attention. They're going out there, they want compliments. They want men's attention. Even married women. We speak about married men as like they're really bad and vile. Married women are the worst as well. To them, it's so easily accessible. It's like a guilty pleasure. You guys don't understand enough.
Well, you need to understand as well. You're quite young still. I do believe that it is a broken society at some parts, but I think overwhelmingly, particularly the Muslim community, we have standards. There are some that do fall through the cracks, like the ones that go to Marrakesh, and some women that you've described, but that's not the overwhelming majority. And I think just on your slur about weight and stuff like that, I think do you in it. You have the six pack and you attract a beautiful, you know, figure.
Listen, you're going to end up with who you're going to end up anyway, man. Just be good to the woman you end up with.
Thank you very much. I hope you've, that was, there's not much to say about that. A spade is a spade. You've heard about what happens in Marrakesh and why some women from Britain do go there and what they do. I'm not saying all of them do go there, but we've had Mr. Truth and Iqbal. Iqbal opened up about his recent escapade over there, and Mr. Truth spoke about 3 of the times he went there, and I think it's a general thing that everyone understands now and knows that Marrakesh, particularly and Agadir, are used for those sorts of reasons. I'm not saying everyone does it, but just be wary. And I think if you're men that do go and do that, shame on you. You know, ultimately, most of my audience are Muslim. You know, there's a hadith, I will get verified, but I heard the other day, the moment you're doing zina, your iman is held on top of your head whilst you're in the act of doing zina. So if you were to pass away at that moment, potentially you may die a kafir. I need to verify that, but I will get the hadith inshallah. So zina is a big thing. It might be a one-night stand. And those of you that are married as well, could you imagine if your kids found out that you were cheating in Marrakesh with a, I don't know, Moroccan Jezebel? How does that look? You think your kids are going to respect you? And imagine your wife did that. Anyway, the reason I did this episode was to expose, and hopefully those that have done it or intending to do it, they think twice. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.